There we go. Monday stream. Let me just get the awkward intro out of the way, I guess. Every fucking Monday, I swear. I can't make an intro worth of anything. So, right. Also, I had a misfire with the stream. So if you saw me just popping up there and then disappearing, it was simply because, well, I wasn't really ready, so, you know, misclick and that's it. And then I had to stop and restart. But hey, it happens, right? Maybe. Perhaps. Maybe it doesn't happen. I don't fucking know. The thing is, before we go into Baldur's Gate 3, and since Neris isn't here until a bit later, I thought, hey, instead of pushing myself to solo, right? Why not just yap about about Janthir Wilds, right? Because it's been my main thing for the last 2 weeks, up until like I think the day before yesterday. No, yesterday actually, when I finished everything I wanted, and so at that point, I can offer my opinion, having done the story twice, in fact, and maxed out all the masteries and all that and this and that. I've done basically a lot of things, including achievements and all the side stories, which I guess now we're calling them side stories, right? For some reason. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind that. In fact, there is not a lot that I mind. Wait, no. Let me rephrase. I have complaints, okay? But all in all, I really love this expansion. A lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people just didn't agree with it, I guess. To me, it's probably the best one so far. I'm a little bit reserved with that statement, but yeah, I'd say it's probably the best so far for me. I wish they'd done sort of this well, because the whole theme of demons and like going into a demon dimension and all that shit, that deserved a lot more than it got. I feel like this one, going by the theme and everything, should have been the experimental one, and then Soto should have been this. Essentially, should have received like this kind of attention and nuance, let's say. But that said, I mean, it's simple. Like the rules are simple in this, like, sort of like, I don't want to say review because I'm not a reviewer, but my this opinion, I guess. So how it will go is basically, if I'm not talking about it, I loved it. So if I don't mention something, it means that I don't have anything to complain about. And you know me, I love to complain, okay? So yeah, I'll just complain for a couple of hours and then we'll play Baldur's. And and that's a stream. All right, and I guess I guess we can just hop in there, I suppose, so that at least you have something to look at instead of like the loading screen. But there is not going to be any gameplay. In fact, let's go to Janthir since this is what it is about. So yeah, which map would you prefer to go to? Yeah, let's start here, I guess, right? Let's just start with this place, whatever, the most fitting, I guess. Though Sintry is also, the other map, the one north, is also great, to be honest. All right, let me find a cool place to just be at, while we chat about all this shit. Maybe over here. So yeah, maybe we can sit like up there, and I don't know. I'm not good at picking places, honestly. I don't know, this feels like serene enough that maybe we can just sit here, I guess, with this sparkfly. There. It's just, yeah, something comfy, I guess. There. That's a stream. Taproots and chairs. But no, for real, I guess the most obvious place to start would be the story, which, okay, I have to say, it starts both horribly, but also very interestingly. I'm not gonna. I might spoil, by the way. So you've been warned. I might spoil. I don't know if that's like huge for you, but I'll be spoiling. So yeah, you've been warned, and I'm not sure how I could get around that since I'm kind of like sharing my opinion on everything, right? So it starts by dumping on you, not in a bad way, but like literally, what I mean to say is that like it gives you a lot of hooks, right? About potential other areas that we'll explore, about like some stuff in Alona, so the area over here, like these places here, speaks about that a little bit, like passingly. Basically, when you start, there's like this council thing, and they start talking about various topics that the newly formed alliance could, you know, could start pushing towards, right? Various like goals, and quite a few are mentioned, actually. But then Janthir comes up, and that's where we end up, right? But yeah, the info dump there, and I mean that in a nice way, was pretty interesting. I was like, oh god, they're doing that. Oh, maybe we get that, right? Maybe we get this or that, and I was excited. You know, the mentions were pretty exciting for me, even though I'm not huge on Guild Wars lore, right? But yeah, it was exciting, honestly. Some old subjects were brought up as well, like the pale tree still being basically KO'd, which at this point, how? But okay, anyway. And so that was pretty strong, and then it soon deteriorates into so much fucking talking. But like, it's so much talking, it's insane. You know me in Final Fantasy, right? I skip every single cutscene, and if I didn't skip, if I didn't have the ability to skip in Final Fantasy, I would have brain damage by now. Okay? It takes a certain like disgusting resilience to withstand like, and when I say disgusting, I mean it, because you know I'm not a fan of the story. But that all these are opinions, okay? We don't have to agree, and they're basically taste, okay? So you can't. There's nothing to argue. I just don't like the story of Final Fantasy. That's why I'm saying I would get brain damage at this point. You know, if I couldn't skip. The thing with Guild Wars is that it never was this. This narration heavy, let's say this dialogue heavy. Even with Soto, where they did a little bit of that, I was like, okay, I'm not convinced that this should be the direction we should go, but hey, whatever. Some of it is healthy. You can't just like have, you know, silly little dialogues all the time that you click through it. You know, they're inconsequential. It's nice that they were doing a little bit of hey, you should hear this out, you know, and force you to listen a little bit. But here, that's cranked up to 11. It's insane, and you cannot skip. So after a while, it started becoming grating, and I lost interest in the story because of that. Even though what interested me, as said, were the references and you know the comments on certain things that I found far more interesting, the ideas of which I found far more interesting and involving than like Janthir. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, when I realized what the story with Janthir is, I was like, wait a minute. So we're wasting the opportunity to to maybe go do stuff in Elona or go and do this and that. I'm not gonna spoil those, but there are like 5-6 topics that they they mention, and no, Janthir gets it, and you get Janthir. And even then I was like, okay, you know what, we can go there and see what's up with the story there. And keep in mind, I'm strictly talking story and dialogues now. I'm not talking like if I like the area, if I like the atmosphere. I'll get to that. But the story though is not good. It's very generic. There are some plot holes, in my opinion, which plot holes are more like the story itself is so simple that you cannot have plot holes, right? But at the same time, it's by implication some things shouldn't be as they are, or they shouldn't play the role that they do play, and I'll explain that. I'll give some examples. So yeah, that my first impression with the story was that it was very narration heavy, and it got worse. It got progressively worse. And while I loved the voice acting, I have to say it's mostly because of the bear NPCs, of the Kodan NPCs, and the way they talk and how much they talk. I get that they were going for this feeling of like, reverend, old scholar kind of characters, especially with like Stoic Alder, which is like the main NPC you'll be, one of the main NPCs you're gonna be, conversing with. Where they're going for this Optimus Prime kind of voice. They're trying to make him appear as this like sage figure that is like super experienced and wise beyond his years and everything, and his voice kind of like reflects that. But he speaks, honestly, the voice acting is good, but my god, what have they done? Like, did they tell the guy to narrate at like 0.5 YouTube speed? Like, what the fuck? He goes like, it is grating. It's like, please shut up, dude. Not because I don't like the acting, but Jesus Christ, like, just let me go. And there is no skip, and there's nothing. You can't do anything. And the thing is, of that quantity of dialogues, let's say 30% of it is story related. 70% is some kind of drama that I don't give a shit about, because I'm just a stranger in a strange land, and I don't need to even like it feels like you're even paying attention to the Kodan just because you are trying to be polite. And from a point on, there is no way that our character would pay this much attention to them, because or get involved so deeply with their politics and relations with each other. And I don't know, it kind of felt a little bit forced. And anyway, so you end up having some dialogues where Papa Bear goes like, and so we will go to this place, and there we shall respect the customs of our homesteading, which I believe. And you're like, bro, just let me go. Like, what the fuck? Like, Jesus Christ, write it and I'll read it later. Like, for real, send me a letter. I don't give a fuck. No offense, but like, seriously. And the thing is, if they had like condensed these dialogues, it would have been probably interesting. But I can't be interested when like the voice acting is so pompous and slow and ceremonial and all that. And not all bears are like that, obviously. But the important ones that keep talking and talking, yeah, those ones are slow, and they have a lot of shit to share. A lot of shit to share with you. And I don't know, I kind of lost my shit there. I kind of lost my shit, and I lost my interest, and then I just completely gave up on the dialogues, which brings me to the actual story. So what the story actually is, which is rather simple. You're an ambassador, essentially. You go to Janthir, you visit Janthir, you meet the bears, okay? The Grand Paw and the Grand Maw, alright, which I found cute, by the way, kind of Maw and Paw, because of bears. Anyway, you meet all those guys anyway, and the council that they have and all that. And as it turns out, there is like an ancient threat looming. And I was like, excuse me, like, what kind of ancient threat are we talking about? Because we kinda KO'd Kralkatoric. We kinda, we've KO'd gods. So what kind of threat are we talking about here, right? Like, what is this threat? Because if it's something of that caliber, yeah, okay. And if it's something lesser, fine as well. I mean, it doesn't always have to be world-ending, and, that was well done. The problem with this is that while it's not world-ending, and it's just like some ancient creatures that have been mentioned in the past, so essentially titans, right? Which, by the way, they don't do their name justice, because Eparch, for example, is 3 times the size of those guys. His true form, that is. 2 to 3 times. So, and he's a demon who just literally fucking fucks you up if you fail the event as well. It's like, and then we have Kralkatoric, of course. So, Titans, wouldn't call them Titans. Like, they're more like, I don't know, max level elementals more than they are like something that you would imagine if somebody told you a Titan, So yeah, they're not that titanic. But that's good, because that's like non-world ending. We're fine, that's cool. It's still a threat, but it's not Kralkatoric levels. It's not like fucking Balthazar or Joko. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. But the problem is how people react to them, and even like the astral ward and your character, like, react to them as if these guys are world ending. And now that's not okay, because it makes 0 sense. It absolutely makes 0 sense. And I do get the fact that, like, we're still mortal and like all that shit, and I do love that. That we're not like this anime protagonist kind of thing, wink wink. But like, come on now. Being afraid of like exceptionally large earth elementals, I think I'm not buying that shit. I don't know. I'm not buying that shit. Anyway, yeah. However, it is implied that, or not implied, but like, you figure out essentially that basically they are not the threat, but rather what they're doing with Bloodstone, which I loved. I loved the whole white mantle thing. I love that. Like, their involvement here, and the discovering more about Bloodstone and more about the White Mantle Order and the Mursat. That was pretty interesting. So yeah, these titans seem to be able to feed on it and like abuse it in some way, and yeah, that is like that is what the actual threat is. So not per se the creatures, but what they do with the Bloodstone, essentially. And what that does to the environment and to the world in general. So I guess, depending on how cynical you want to be, on one hand it's kind of, you don't buy it on one hand, right? And on the other hand, you're like, yeah, okay, maybe Bloodstone is like a literal plague on Tyria or something, so yeah. Still though, at the core of things, no pun intended for the Titans, but at the core of things, this is basically, new land, let's go meet the people, meet the family. Look, they are troubled by a local monster or two. How are we gonna deal with this? It's literally that. It's a simple story. And it would have been effective, because I like simple, right? And I've said that before, like, I do like a simple story, a simple fairy tale, like, stuff like that. But then you have the dialogues. To which point, like, your patience is corroded completely, it's put to the test. And then you also have the pacing of the story, which ruins it, because, again, it is... I swear, I was so fucking secondhand embarrassed by how bad the pace is, okay, that I had to sit there and actually legit time it and be like, okay, when was the last time they talked for like 20 minutes straight. All right, it was then. Let's time it, let's see, and even rushing through, right, on a third character that it's a throwaway of mine, right? So I didn't care to rush with that character, I don't care. And so I used that character to rush it, and I was like, all right, if I really try to rush, how long is it gonna take? And how much of it is talking? And honestly, there was at least 2 points, one of them around chapter 7, where literally all you do is listen to bears talk for, I shit you not, 30 to 40 minutes. You do something, then the mission turns into dialogues, into fucking exposition, then you move over to the next chapter. The next chapter begins with exposition, while doing some shit with some bloodstone pylons, which you quote-unquote purge, right? And that like basically spawns some ghosts, and then you speak to the ghosts, and then so I still count it as talking, because literally killing 2 mobs and then pressing interact on the pylon, that is not gameplay. All right, so I count it as 1, and literally it's like 40 minutes of non-stop talking. Non-stop talking, of which, quite honestly, more than half could be skipped, because it's not even relevant information. Because, for example, in the chapter I'm mentioning, just, you know, to give an example using something I just said, even though there are more places where I could use as an example, more, you know, cases, let's say, these ghosts that you talk to, they have a lot to say, and it's all irrelevant. It's stuff that you already knew, stuff that you've read about, stuff that you've deduced if you've paid attention to the story. And a lot of it is also just mumbo jumbo. It's like one of the ghosts is like, yeah, we're 2 twin sisters that sound threatening, and ha ha ha, you know, we're so evil, and you should watch your back where you go, Wayfinder. And you're like, yeah, moving on. So yeah, basically, I am very disappointed by the pace, and I think that's what made the story unbearable. No pun intended, because it's full of bears, okay? Very talkative bears, by the way. But it's not, you know, it's not just that. I have other complaints as well. You see, there is also a second council you attend, of said alliance, right, that you're building, and it's about opinions and voting, and I felt robbed, because I voted for the answer that didn't get, you know, the most votes, which to me was the most logical answer. I'll try not to spoil there. I'll try, okay? But yeah, it made no sense. If you meta it, it makes sense. Okay, if you meta it, it makes sense. Because this level of threat seems to not warrant the solution that I voted for example, right? But the fact that they think it is also speaks volumes of the problem that I mentioned, that like, guys, these things aren't that big of a threat. Why are we talking like using a nuke to kill a fly, right? But you don't know that. Like in the story, I didn't know that in that moment, and so I was like, yeah, if it's that dangerous, because everybody was talking about it as if it's like world ending, and I was like, hey, if it's that dangerous, like at least I, as my character, would be like, hey, fuck that, bring the heavy guns, because like I've dealt with a lot of shit and I've seen how it goes, and yeah, let's fucking just nuke it from orbit. Fuck it, you know? So yeah, I don't know. It felt bad. But anyway, that doesn't get voted, and you go and scout out the area. Anyway, that's as far as the story goes. So it's simple and short, but it's horribly paced, and there is too much exposition, and you can't skip anything. And at that point, I was literally pulling my hair out, because I was especially tired of the fucking romance, of the bear romance, and of the bear drama. I was so fucking tired. I'm not even that invested. Like, leave that shit for the end of the expansion, where we're invested with the characters, you know? And then later we discover that, like, oh, there is this subplot or that subplot. Too many subplots like thrown in your face. Again, the story is okay, but the dialogues, and even the dialogues, you could say they're fine, but they need to be more condensed. They need to cut out the shit, and they need to pace it better. And I'll bring another example of something recent, right? So if you've watched me, we've played XCOM, right? We're still playing XCOM, to be honest. And the council person there, you know, the bold Optimus Prime voice having sexy motherfucker, you know, who's concealed in the shadows and looks like Hitman, Agent 47 anyway, and goes like, hello, Commander. And, you know, has this commanding voice, like, and he tells you stuff. Now that is pompous done right, you know, because you can follow, because you're not bored, because he doesn't talk for ages. But the thing with, like, stoic Calder going like, Wayfinder, now we will go there and we will observe how bears knit their thongs or something, I don't know, like, and you're like, you don't want any more of that. Like, you get fucking, I don't know, you get overloaded by that, you know. So yeah, there is a reason why, for example, when you watch like the honest trailers thingy on YouTube, and the guy has the voice, you know, and he does the thing, and it's two minutes long, and you're fine with that. You cannot be listening to that throughout a whole fucking, you know, badly paced 4,000 words essay dialogue. Okay, you cannot. Like, it loses its luster, and it becomes tiring and grating to the ears. And it's not just Stoic Calder, it's also other bears as well, because very few of them speak like normal people would speak, you know, normal bear people, assuming bear people existed, because it's not like because they're large animals they would also talk slowly. Like, this is so tropey. Like, of course they would want to communicate normally. They wouldn't go to each other and go like, oh yes, we shall have for dinner the very well known and loved dish of roast mutton Valraven. And now let me tell you about the Valraven that we will roast. And you're like, can you stop? Like, seriously, just Jesus, like, stop, you know? Anyway, so yeah, that's as far as the story goes. I don't want to say more because, yeah, whatever. The story itself competent, but like the pace is horrible. Too much talking, to the point where you don't give a shit after a while. You're like, fuck you, I don't care. I'm the fucking commander. Sit the fuck down. I'll take care of the problem. I don't want to hear another word. Another fucking Optimus Prime word, okay? And unfortunately that can't happen, because you can't skip dialogues. So fuck you. Sit there and take it like a bitch. And that's what I did with 2 characters. So yeah. Nice. I needed to get that out of my system, I'm sorry. So that's about the story. Now, everything else that is like story adjacent. Now that I loved. So I did love the side stories, the achievements. They were pretty interesting. I actually found myself reading some of the books that I had to collect. I was hooked by the whole storyline of like ingesting a potion that allows us to speak to animals, and then we experiment with that by finding like a cat, and then the cat apparently is a criminal mastermind, and it tasks us with like finding, you know, it's a sort of like an Ocean's 11 kind of scenario, right? And you find like animals that are like suitable for certain jobs, and then you assemble a gang, and it's kind of funny. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm having fun with this, you know. Or other side stories that I encountered, again, like, you know, some stuff that has some reading, or yeah, crap like that. I was like, yeah, okay, this is more interesting. This is what I should be doing. This thing shouldn't have a story. This thing should have a story around the middle of the expansion, not the start, because we don't know shit about these bears. We just appear there and we're like, hello, all right, oh, I'm Stoic Calder. Okay, hello, I'm the commander. okay, yeah, we have titans in our backyard. They're very, very menacing. Like, it's too early. Let us explore. It's too early. It's too soon. What the fuck? Anyway, so yeah, beyond that, everything's okay, I guess. One of my issues that I had, and now I'm just gonna like throw shit at you. Literally, I'm just gonna throw topics at you, right? Because there isn't anything else structured to talk about, right? We talked about the story. That's basically the only structured thing about it. The rest is just talking about it individually, I guess. Which, you know, hearts would tie in nicely. And when I say hearts, I mean basically these motherfuckers, all right? Which are Guild Wars' 2 way of doing quests, which is a very nice way of doing quests. I've talked about it before. The problem here with Janthir, and I mean not so much in this map, but this map, oh my fucking god. Are you shitting me, ArenaNet? These 3 hearts, so this one here, wait, it doesn't show. I'm not sure why it doesn't show, but there is one here. There is one here and another here, 3 hearts, right? And you're like, yeah, that doesn't seem, especially if you played before, you'll be like, yeah, that's fine. Like, it doesn't seem like a lot. And you might even say, I missed hearts because, you know, Soto didn't have any as far as I remember. So yeah, hearts, you know, more quests, nice, you know, good. And then you go to, you go there and you actually start doing them, and my god, they are so fucking tedious to complete. I have no idea. It's jarring. I'm telling you. It's like, go to any other place in Guild Wars, like the whole fucking continent or whatever, okay, just anywhere you want, and I dare you to find any kind of content in the whole of Guild Wars that is so fucked up as these hearts here. I have no idea what they were thinking or who was responsible, but they fucked up so hard. I cannot for a moment believe that this is intentional. That's how bad it is. But apparently it is, because they haven't, you know, tweaked it or anything. And yeah, where can I even begin with this shit? So forget about doing them without events popping, right? First of all, which in and on itself is absurd. So you cannot complete quests because they are time gated. What? This is beyond stupid and very fucking alienating to new players. It's extremely alienating. It's very bad. Anyway, fine. You know, an event might pop and you'll get it, and then after a couple of events, it fills up. Which, honestly, that's sounds like a little or few, but like, trust me, if you do them, you'll understand. They are absolutely atrocious to complete. Now, the problem is that you're supposed to complete them 15 times each, which also is a new system, as now hearts, and I'll call them hearts because that's how we call them anyway, quests, if you will, are tiered. They have like 3 tiers with 5 steps each, which each step is basically a daily completion of that quest, you know, of basically filling up this heart, for example. If it's filled up, it will be all gold. Now it's void, it's like black there. So that makes it by far the grindiest and most time-gated shit I've ever seen, at least in Guild Wars 2. And I have no idea who the fuck is responsible for this fucking tsunami of bad decisions piled on top of each other. Like the time gating, how few events there are, the fact that you can't complete them without events in most cases. And remember, I'm talking about the northern map, not this one. This one is tolerable. This one is not bad. It's tolerable. It's not good either. But you can tolerate. You're like, okay, all right, I can do that like for a couple of weeks, no problem. And yes, I know that there is a token system, right? There's a token system where if you complete events that are not within the range of the heart, so let's say that this area here, all of this shit. Wait, how can you paint like this, all right? So let's say this area is the radius of the heart. So any event you complete through here, in fact, I think it's like even more generous. Anything you complete here will fill up the heart. That's fine. Okay, but if you complete events here, let's say, that will not count towards the heart. Instead, it will have a chance, and I'm pretty sure it's a chance, by the way, it's not guaranteed, to drop tokens for any heart at all on this map. And with 4 tokens, provided you have the mastery, otherwise it's 5 tokens, by the way, you can completely and immediately fill up a heart. Right. And I'm aware of this system. The problem is that this system works tremendously here. In this map, it works because of the density of events, the frequency of events, and how interesting, you know, the map is and the events are. You don't feel forced. So yeah, and of course, while you're grinding your mastery XP, you're gonna be going after events, which means you are more than likely to end up with, like myself, with about like 60, 70 spare tokens, which means that I don't ever have to complete these hearts again. So for this map, that system worked. For this map, though, yeah, I'll just give you the ratio of tokens I have. So for every 10 tokens for this map, I only had 1 token of this map. Make what you will of that. But the ratio was like, I checked my bank, and it was like 40-4. I'm not even joking. So whoever is responsible for this shit show in terms of quests is a goddamn fucking idiot. Either that, or they are catastrophically clumsy and they fucked up so bad that honestly they should get flogged at this point for what they're doing to their players. And especially how bad publicity that can give to new players, right? So yeah. Good job, you fucked up, you fucking moron, whoever is responsible for this. Anyway, that's one of my main issues with the expansion, alongside the incessant bear dialogue, Optimus Bear Prime dialogue. I keep mentioning that guy, but again, it's not that guy, and it's not the voice actor's fault, all right, obviously, and the voice acting is good. I like that kind of voice, honestly. But I don't know, the direction was horrible. That's what I'm gonna say, the direction was horrible. So that was another issue I had, right? Okay. Masteries. Masteries are starting to feel forced. They're starting to feel very forced. I hope that going forward we will not have any more masteries. At least beyond this expansion, we shouldn't have any. I don't think we should have any. I honestly believe we're fine. No more masteries. It's fine. Like, it is, especially this expansion. Maybe it is because I've, you know, wait. Maybe it's because I've done all this, right? So basically everything in the game, right? With enough to spare, as you can see. All right, which, by the way, I need to find a way to even this out, because 7 is horrible. I don't like the number 7. And so let me also go and do that right now. Actually, was it like Soto Secrets of the Obscure? There we go. Okay, there we go. I'll just do this, I guess. The Rise and Sign or something. Wait, what? But I've done this. Wait, what? I've fucking done this. Am I going insane? I might be going insane. I'm pretty sure I've done this. Anyway, this is something that I will not do. It seems already fucked up. Let me just track this one. Oh, I did the other route, but not the back again. I did the going there kind of race achievement. I didn't do the back again. Okay, I'll do that one then. So I can have 8 points. because 8 is nice, 7 sucks. So where was I? So I've done all that shit, right? I've I've worked through all the masteries in the game, every single one of them, and maybe that's why I'm starting to feel tired of them, and maybe that's also why in Janthir it felt like it took forever to fucking grind them. I had popped like every single boost I had. In fact, I think I have like 14 hours remaining on this one. I had popped everything I had. I literally popped everything I had, and it took me 2 weeks to fucking complete all masteries. I find that weird, and something in my head is telling me they tweaked it and you gained mastery XP much slower, or maybe the events gave much less considering all the boosts I had. I don't even want to think about how it would have been if I didn't have every single boost I could get for experience. And literally like throwing myself at every single event I found and completing story twice. And doing every meta I could. Which is, there is only one meta, of course, but like, yeah, whenever it was popping, I would drop whatever I was doing, going there just to get the XP, and still it took like so many days. It felt too much. And not only that, but like, again, going forward, I would like to see no more masteries. I don't think we need more, especially when there are that many. Like, there's way too many masteries at this point. So I'm kind of done with them, and that left like a sour taste. Again, as I said at the end, I was like, did they lower the XP? Did they decrease the rate at which you can max out a mastery? I don't know, it felt horrible, and I'm glad it's over, but if we get more masteries even, I mean, I would understand if there were more added with this expansion, because now, we've started it, it already has some of them, they might add the couple, we'll see. But I think going forward, like any other expansion, should probably do something else. I don't know what, but something else. But definitely not masteries and collecting mastery points. It was fun while it lasted, but now it's overstayed its welcome. Let's put it that way. I don't know, increase the level cap or something. I don't give a fuck. But no more masteries. I really don't like them anymore. So yeah, that also was a little bit too much, I guess. What else did I actually find annoying? Not much really. Yeah, basically, you know what? Basically, that's the negatives, let's say, that I had to say that were super prominent. However, if you, for one moment, stop and smell the flowers and enjoy your stay in Janthir and ignore the story and ignore the grind for masteries, and you just play as you would, just exploring, just finding all the side adventures, exploring the map, taking part in races and in events and all that shit, you're gonna have a good time, because the map is great. The map is very nice, very pleasant to traverse, and the environment is like, it's extremely warming. It warms up to you like a lot. Like, it's an endearing environment, especially this map. And this one is also endearing in a different way. It's like with a darker tone, but it's still kind of melancholically, romantic in a way, and you do like exploring it. I didn't like this area here, but I realize why it has to be a thing. But these parts here, like all of this, and not that this is bad, I mean, for what it's supposed to be, it works. These are sulfurous pits, and you get it. Just yellow stuff, right? Just piss, okay? But all of this is very nice. I caught myself spending time here, especially with this church thingy here. That is very nice. I love this, which is Bloodstone related. And here, oh my god, like this part here especially, I fucking loved it visually. Like this this slice here is just so good. And I mean, to be fair, it's like more like this, to be fair. It's so good. It 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 looks so fucking nostalgic. And you know, when I played Dragon Age and there was this mission where there was this beach with rock instead of sand, and it was stormy, and I sat there and I was looking at it and I was like, this is so nice to just look at. And so when I went here, I was like, same feeling. I was like, this is serene and melancholic, and I can just stay here and like stare into the ocean for hours. And I was like, yeah, this is so nice, honestly. And to be fair, the same feeling. I got the same feeling here, but of course differently, because this is like, you know, more sandy and more, you know, all that. I really liked it. And this place here was also like, I really love the bear settlement here. I really love the layout here. It's super cool. I really liked it. You know, the layout of the houses and of everything is pretty nice, honestly. And yeah, bonus round, those are bear paws. I don't know if you see them. Like, there are 3 bear paws here. if you didn't notice them, right? With the toes here and the paw. It's pretty nice. It's a nice touch. But yeah, cool shit. Also, a lot of people are, and I cannot unsee it, and now you will not be able to unsee it either, but these are eyes here, and this is a smiling mouth. Do you see it? Can you see it now? You will never unsee it. But yeah, the paws are very nice touch. I liked it. It was cute because, you know, bear paws. And I believe there was also something else somewhere else that was like that. One of the... Somewhere else they did the same. I'm not sure where, but I was talking about it with a guild member, and they were like, did you notice that area too? And I was like, what? Where? And you know, they showed me and I was like, oh, you know, it was funny. I think it was like, was it here? I don't remember. Fuck it. But yeah, anyway, cool little shit here with the pause. More of that, please. And then, yeah, the environment is amazing. Like the map design and the environment, wow. I'm easy with that stuff, you know. I'm like, if it's good, I really like it. It doesn't take too much to please me. And so I was very pleased. And that's why I also love traversing, you know, Skyrim. Because yes, it is essentially, you know, if you want to be cynical, it's just like forests and mountains. What the fuck, you know, it's nothing. But I like it. I like it. It's simple, it's nice, and it feels familiar yet vaguely alien and mysterious, you know, because of all the happenings in there. And that's exactly the feeling I got from this map. It's like, it's familiar, but there is something about it that is more mystical, and there is, like, you know, different cultures, like the bears and all that. And yeah, I really enjoyed this expansion in that regard. I really did. The meta itself. So let's not talk about the meta. Let's talk about the enemies, because that kind of, yeah, rubbed me the wrong way. So you know me, I've always said that, like, it's a little bit of a shame that you can literally steamroll through any content that isn't essentially instanced. You can literally just delete it with any build, any gear. You can just, like, fucking have a field day with anything. Nothing threatens you. Then you hit Janthir. Then you hit Heart of Thorns, and you notice there is, like, such a huge increase in difficulty, where a lot of people, like, hate it for that, you know. So Janthir does a little bit of the same. Not to that degree. I mean, I'm not as annoyed as when fighting Chuck, for example, which are the enemies in Heart of Thorns here, which is what I mentioned. I'm not, you know, I think Chuck are still the most annoying enemies I've found in across many games, let's say. So yeah, Guild Wars 2 takes the cake for that. They do have, certainly from all MMOs I've played, Chuck are fucking obnoxious to fight against. They're obnoxious. And so the enemies you fight here especially, right, in this map especially, they take the second cake. They take second place. They are extremely annoying. They will spam the fuck out of you with dot, with damage over time, let's say, and they will also boon strip. I'm not sure if they fixed that or changed it, but they will also boon strip, which boons are buffs essentially in Guild Wars. So, and they are very important. It's important to have, you know, to be able to have buffs and use of boons essentially. It really makes a dramatic difference in combat, which is why support classes are necessary for instance content, for example. Beyond healers, you know, if we were to suppose that they went the Holy Trinity for Guild Wars, it would not be Trinity. It would be the Holy Quad, the Holy four things. Okay, English is not my primary, by the way, because you would have to have support. So off DPS support. So if Guild Wars was to separate between healers and all that, even if we added tanks, so tanks, DPS, healers, for Guild Wars you would need, that's how important boons are here, for instance content, you would need a fourth one, which would be, you know, support. 100%. Which is not a bad idea, by the way. But anyway, so yeah, creatures will boon strip. They spawn way too fast. The density is horrid. It's very annoying density. The aggro range is unforgiving. The de-aggro range, equally unforgiving. The ranged attacks, like these things, the range on some of the things that we will be encountering is ridiculous. You're like, not only does it de-aggro never, not only does it pick up aggro super easy from, like, I don't know, from Narnia, it will also pelt you relentlessly from ridiculous ranges. And not only that, but a lot of them have skills, or have, I guess, abilities or whatever, that are very movement heavy. You'll see them leaping some really annoying distances. You'll see them charging annoying distances, making it so much more difficult for melee characters to just, you know, kill them and handle them. Not all of the mobs, but like a lot of them, and especially like in this map again. And again, as I said, the spawn rate and all that, yeah. And let's just say they're not exactly pushovers either, in the sense that they're kind of beefy. You know, they're kind of beefy. To give you an example, here we encountered with a guild member, we were doing something exactly here in the Exoric Falls. It was an event where you have to protect an NPC from some attacking Valraven. Alright? And I will never say it Valraven. They're not Valraven, it's Valraven, okay? Anyway, so we were attacked by those creatures, and they were spawning so fast, and it took so long to kill them, that we couldn't progress it with 3 people, because the bear would backtrack to attack the things that spawned, and so would not progress, and we could not be killing them fast enough for the bear's AI, NPC bear AI that is, to get fucking unstuck from combat and go on to its path, to its destination. Because of course the AI, once it picks something aggressive, it's gonna head towards it, and you have to defend them, you know, from it. And it took like 20-30 minutes non-stop of killing birds right here, before some other people joined, like maybe another 2 people, and we started killing fast enough that eventually the NPC de-aggroed and went on its merry way, which was here, which is like the last bit. And in fact, was it here or here? It could have been here, I'm not sure, but it's either here or there. Not that it matters though, because what matters is the outcome. And when I say they're beefy, I can solo champs, alright, in open world. I don't have a problem soloing champs with a raiding build as Bladesform or Berserker, just no problem, for real. Or Thief, any kind of Thief, in fact. I've been soloing like every creature I encountered, minus the Bog Queen, for example. I can't solo that, obviously. but like the rampaging wargs or the rampaging basilisks or the Valraven knight here, or any other event or anything you can imagine I can just solo. That quest was like spawning so many enemies, and they were so tough for just trash mobs that it was like, get me the fuck out of there. And it only gets worse here. It only gets worse here, where trash mobs are becoming at that point fucking obnoxious. So yeah. So that's an issue, I think, with the monsters. Now the monster design, I think it's a step up from Soto, in that it is generic, but done right. So yeah, you will be fighting essentially birds, and you will be fighting some kind of rock creatures, and that's like your main enemy types here. And as for here, you will be fighting the rock creatures along with some insectoid stuff, which is, we've seen it before, and some ghosts essentially, because you know they're ghosts of the White Mantle Order. Anyway. But yeah, they're generic, but they're well done. Like the new creatures, like the birds are pretty, you know, you see they're beefy birds, okay? They're beefy little quackers, okay? So I like them. They're black, they're kind of, you know, they're nice, they're well done. And the rock creatures, the Titan Spawn, I think they're called, yeah, they're abstract, as Earth Elemental should be, or Earth Elemental adjacent. I like that they have this strange mist energy cores, which ties into the story as well, but I won't spoil more. And so I liked those. I didn't hate them. Like, simple enemies work, you know, and I like that. Because in Soto they were kind of going in a very weird direction where you couldn't even tell what you're fighting at that point. Which may have been intentional because, you know, they're supposed to be demons and like incomprehensible shapes and all that. I get it. You know, some Lovecraftian shit there. But they ended up looking like fucking, I don't know, like excrement. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, basically excrement. So, so yeah, I kind of enjoyed something more coherent as a shape, as enemy models, you know. And to be fair, when I saw Exarch, like Exarch's true form in Soto, I lost my shit. I was so happy. It was a Defiler from 40k, except it was a fleshy one, you know, more like a Hellraiser kinda-ish, Defiler-ish creature, which was humongous. And I fucking loved it. Guess what shape these Titans are? They are exactly the same shape. they reused that kind of style of enemy where it's like, you know, a large crab or spider type of creature with like a body protruding from the top, you know, and yeah, it's a good design, but like, can we not reuse it more at this point? Like, just leave it. I'm already mad because they didn't allow the Eparch to keep it as its own unique thing, and they gave it to the Titans. It's a good design, so they want to use it again. I get it. I understand. I like the design. But at the same time, come on, dude. Aren't they supposed to be Titans? Why are they not like the Ice Brute construct, right? So it's gigantic. And like, I think it's so big, that it's so tall basically, that you cannot zoom out to see the top, I think, sometimes. And it's menacing, you know, because super tall, and it walks like, you know, it shambles towards the keep in Yora marches, and it has, you know, it's doing its own thing. I like it. So I think these Titans should be doing their own thing as well, but nah, they're not. Now, when it comes to Worklow, that's like a 20 out of 10. It's my favorite mount right now. It is insane how good it is. There is nothing else to say. Just, I don't know, just it controls awesomely. I don't know, I like everything about the Worklow. Which was a huge comeback, because the Worklow was largely just pointless in the game and redundant completely. Though I'm afraid that in the process, Raptor has become a little bit obsolete. And if the workload showed something, in my opinion, it is that maybe instead of a new mount next time or revisiting a mount next time, how about we get something like the glider? Because so let me take it from the start, right? On your workload, you have this here beautiful ability, right? The chain pull. And that shit is gonna like throw a spear with a chain like this, which, oh, we didn't even see the chain. Well, I can't be asked to find a good example right now, but you get the idea. You get what it does, right? It throws a spear with a chain which is attached to your workload, and you can use it to pull down like fortifications or trees in some quests and shit like that. And you can use it on enemies to break their CC bar, their defiance bar, and also you use it during the meta in a moment where, to me, it's goofy, but it's fun. All right, where basically what you do is like there's a Titan there, and you just use your chain pull to attach yourself to it, and then you have to go around it through some markers on the ground. You know, just jump through hoops essentially. The more you do that shit, the more you deplete its armor. So you break its armor off essentially. And that was so cool. Because I mean, of course it reminds you of the Star Wars scene with the AT-AT Walker. It's that kind of thing. It's fun to do, and you see all the people just going crazy, going round and round, and you go like, hey, this is kind of cool. Okay, I can vibe to that. And so because of that, I am 1000% convinced, and because also of this map here, which did something similar like that, but temporary only and limited to the map. This map here, where you can touch some vines and they give you the ability to latch onto surfaces with like a tendril. And I was thinking, you know, after seeing, you know, much earlier, of course, this thing that I just described, and then recently seeing what I just described now, I was like, I am convinced that like they should no mount, right? But like a grappling hook. Like, please, it has to happen, and we have to go full fucking. What is that game? Not Dragon's Dogma. The other thing. What's the name? For fuck's sake. The one where you climb on creatures and do stuff, but not Dragon's Dogma. But anyway, or was it? Am I misremembering? Anyway, but yeah, that shit. Like, and you should have like meta where your character or all your characters just climb on top of something with the grappling hook, and you have like, I don't know, some quick time events or whatever. I would love to see a grappling hook for real. I would also love to see an underground expansion with like a spider mount, even though I just said I wouldn't want another mount with masteries and shit. But hey, if it's a grappling hook and a spider, and you can crawl on walls and ceilings, and it's an underground expansion, fine. I'll farm your fucking masteries. I'll fucking do it. Sure. But yeah, to bring it back to Janthir though, and not daydreaming. Good shit with the workload. So the basic elements of the expansion are all so good, but then the story, the pace of the story, and the dialogues, like completely disgusting. And the grind for the hearts, disgusting, and the fact that they are tiers now, also disgusting. I really don't like that shit. Beyond that though, yeah, that's a very cool expansion. I really liked it. And those are my final thoughts. The specific armor sets that you get with this expansion, I'm not a fan of any of them. They all look so fucking trashy. But then again, it's the start of the expansion, right? So we don't know what we're gonna get afterwards. But the sets that are available right now are just bad. I'm sorry, but they're just bad. The Woad armor is just bad. The Titan plate, it looks just stupid. It just looks stupid. And then you have the polychromatic one. I'm not even I'm not even sure what to think about that one. It's silly, but not in a good way. It's just, what the fuck is that? It looks like day one, launch day, cash shop, money grab kind of armor. Let's say the kind of armor that you will see in an MMO that just launched and is trying to figure out its identity, and it knows that its base armors are shit, and so they put on the store something that looks fancy. So yeah, the polychromatic armor has that vibe, and honestly, I don't understand why they did that. But I'm hoping we'll find out more. More armors, actually, that's what I meant. That we'll get more armors, what I meant. And the rabbit? Hi, cat, by the way. Yes, there's a rabbit here. Sorry, I had to reply. Hydrate, you think? Well, after I'm done talking, though, not now, because I do need to say more. Or I don't need to say more. Wait, do I need to say more? I want to say more. So, where was I? Yeah, the armor sets. So, yeah, these 3 armor sets that we got, not a fan. I have to admit, it's kind of low. And the other thing that I want to talk about, which is a huge point about the expansion, is your stupid house. Which I call it stupid, but it's not. Let me just... Whoops. This thing. And of course, this is like level -10, okay? I've done nothing. I've literally done nothing here. This is not decorated. This is not like... It's the second time I get in here, okay? But since I'm gonna talk about it, I thought, why not like show you, right? Link me and you'll get 1 follower. Wait. Wow, nice fucking emote there. So after that, so this thing, right? Great potential. I've seen people do some insane shit with decoration, because as you see, there is like a lot to fucking decorate. You can do anything that you want. Literally, there isn't much yet. I think there's only 300 decoration items for now, which you can craft. So even with that small amount of items, which are basic because, yeah, they just introduced this with Janthir, so, you know, people have done some really crazy shit, and I think I will also enjoy decorating a lot everything here, including the interior, which, I mean, what I've done so far... Wait, I still get lost in here. Right. What I've done so far is... Are you ready to be amazed? Are you ready to be fucking amazed? A bed. Ta-da! That's what I've done. That's all I've done. It's a bed. And yeah, that's it. I've done nothing else. But I'll get to it. There, let me just sink into the mattress here, into the blankets. But yeah, I'll get to it eventually. But my thoughts on this are, first of all, the way you obtain it is completely unrealistic. Like, it honestly just broke my immersion. Remember the bear I was talking about? The the exposition bear. So that exposition bear, all right, just literally after not even 2 days of knowing you as the commander, right? It's not this bear, by the way. This is just a tutorial bear. It's not the exposition bear. So as I was saying, the exposition bear at that point only knows you for like a couple of days, right? Immediately, he goes like during the story. To me, this should have been like a side story. This should have been unrelated to the main campaign, let's say, right? But so it's so shoehorned. It's so shoehorned. So anyway, so he gets to tell you like, all right, or wait, with the Optimus Prime voice, goes like, Wayfinder, you have been a great ally in our hour of need. Yeah, he goes on like that, as if you've even done it. You have, at that point in the story, you've done nothing. You have done, literally, you have just existed. You saved the Warclaw, which then became like your super friend. Okay. A boinky kitty. Jumpy kitty, okay. That's all you've done. And the guy goes like, you deserve a house. And in fact, my house, which has been in my family for years. And you're like, how, my man? How do I deserve that? I've done nothing, literally. And anyway, he gives you this place. And it's now yours. And I was like, what? But anyway, so even though I like the place, I really like it, and it has like a lot of potential, It's insane. It has so much potential, for real. I think its introduction was sloppy at best, and not the good kind of sloppy, not the wet kind, not the wet and noisy kind. It's the other kind of sloppy, which is dry and out of place. But anyway, you get a house, so that's okay, I guess. Lots of complaints about some of the systems here that you will encounter in your housing. Most of all, this shit. Where is it? That's not it. This is it. So why was it necessary here to have a glyph system? I think that's so dumb. And I won't go into it because this is more nuanced, right, to talk about. It's not something you would talk about, when you pseudo review things, right? When you fake review stuff, because again, I'm not a reviewer, obviously, I'm not a journalist or anything. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why they felt that. If you know anything about Guild Wars and about glyphs on your tools, on your infinite tools and all that, and min-maxing that shit, yeah, you know why this is a horrible idea. And I didn't like that. That was like very underhanded. And yeah, there's also a bit of drama revolving around this. So the drama is TLDR, of course, because I'm not gonna sit here and talk about that in particular, but the drama is some people who shouldn't have took or were awarded the double the amount of glyphs that they were supposed to get for pre-ordering the game. Except that portion of the player base didn't even pre-order. Arguably, they didn't even use money to buy the game. Because, again, if you don't know, you can convert gold into shop currency. Meaning you can have lots of free stuff if you want. One of those things you can have is expansions. Yeah, you can buy expansions like that. So, rage quit now? Yes. Hi Miru, what's up? It's not rage quit worthy, but you were there. We were talking about it on Discord, okay? You were, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to go into it, but because I'm not supposed, I don't want to bother with that right now because I was giving my opinion of the game, but yeah, exactly. So yeah, we were discussing this exact topic on our Discord as well with some of the guild guys. girls. And yeah, it was absurd that it happened. It is completely unfair, but yeah. So anyway, I think personally the glyph system for your homestead, for your house instance, is it shouldn't exist. You shouldn't have glyphs for this shit. The glyphs on your tools should be enough, and you should be that's what the game should be registering when you're gathering from the collection boxes. And that's the last thing I'll say about that. I can see this being a huge, like, I don't want to say money grab, because that implies malice, right? I don't want to say money grab, but I see a lot of potential in the homestead for ArenaNet to sell not only cosmetics for it, not only furniture and recipes for furniture, but also complete overhauls. So for example, if you wanted a more Sylvari themed, or a more human themed, or a more like cyberish, I can see it happening in the future, like replacing the bases, like the base models that are there completely. And maybe even the ground, or maybe even like changing the layout. I can see them like selling all sorts of shit for your homestead. Which, you know, I'm a bit of a whale, so to me that's like something I will be looking into. At the same time, I'm not so sure how I feel about it. I feel they should at least allow you to select from like a basic 4 or 5 themes, with this one being a Codan theme, and then having maybe a theme for each major city of the game, perhaps. So one for humans, one for Sylvari, one for Char, for Asura. They could have offered that, you know, but I think that stuff is gonna be gem shop bait. But it has like so many features that I really like, and I feel like Homestead is going to be amazing, like in the coming months and years of Guild Wars. Also, you can see your mounts here, by the way, which is pretty cute. You can pet them as well. And this guy is like literally pirating my raptor. What the fuck? Get out of there. Why are you my fucking raptor? Why are you cold? Oh, you're not called Stable Raptor. It's just yeah, okay. Anyway, I particularly like this guy. This guy is very cute. You want the Robo Puppy? Yeah, I know. It's super good. Look at this guy. And if you mount the Robo Puppy, it will disappear from here. Whoop, there he is. Robo Puppy. Teleporting Robo Puppy. He's cute. He's pretty cute. And so, I really like the features of this. I really like the gathering, the automated gathering, as opposed to your old instance. Oh, there you go. And yeah, I don't have many negative things to say about this. Just that I think it's gonna be a goldmine going forward, and I think I will be a victim to that. And yeah. Yeah, that's my turtle. But yeah, those were my opinions, let's say, about Janthir Wilds. I feel they can do a lot better when it comes to the exposition part. I feel they need to refine the style a little bit, especially considering there's no skipping dialogues. I feel they need to kind of look into that, because 30 to 40 minutes of non-stop talking will literally demolish new players, especially because coming into Guild Wars, you know, you've heard all the stories, like it's more casual, it's like more light-hearted. You can super rush the story and all that, and suddenly then you hit Janthir and you're like, oh my god, it's Final Fantasy all over again. I have no idea why they did that. We'll see. But yeah. Personally, I'm waiting. What is that? Oh, okay. Personally, I'm waiting for more customization items for the house before I go into decorating. And I'm also waiting for more styles of layout, you know, because this one, as much as I love, you know, the more villagey look, I would prefer something more cybery at one point. It seems like Island Sanctuary, however, it's without the junk. It is literally without the junk, and there is nothing that you have to level, there is nothing time gated, there is nothing restrictive. So basically, it's Island Sanctuary done right. Combined with the house as well. That's the thing. You also combine, you know, that's your house. So they really did a good job on this one. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do, to be honest. I think it will be pretty interesting to see. But yeah, I can't wait for many nights of warm ERP around the hearth fire. And many nights of exploring like my BDSM dungeon, which I will create, I guess, as per Final Fantasy fashion. You always have, like, your first basement is always a BDSM basement. I swear, I've seen it in so many players. Oh my god, especially in Final Fantasy, but now here too, I guess. Sadly, you won't have many nights available with all the raiding you'll be doing with your guild. You are part of that guild, so I don't know. Some post-raid dungeon crawling, and I mean BDSM dungeon crawling, is always on the table for members of this exquisite, you know, group. And give me like 5. I need to return. Just give me 5 to return. Anyway, you get the point. Here, I will pause somewhere there. You can marvel at my very cute thingy. Be right back. Alright, I'm back, and I brought a glass of water as well for the much necessary hydration. The things I do. Though, let me first close the drapes a little bit. Because otherwise it's gonna be too bright in here. Which, I mean, it already is very bright, what the fuck. Hi. This is your hydration. Cheers. Also, I'm supposed to leave the camera turned on, but the thing is, so you see how you don't even see the top of my head, right? I have to duck for you to see me. Something has happened with my camera, and it's like 4x4 or something, as you can see. So basically, all you see is my bust, let's say, and it feels kind of not good. I don't know how to fix it, so I guess, wait, I might be able to do something. Wait, how about I just maybe water? Oh, water, yeah. It's something that you should definitely be looking into, Cat, if you want to keep your fucking fair. Because otherwise I'm gonna come and shave it all. You can't go on like this, like fucking destroying your health, okay? Drink water. Rude. Go drink some water. Go hydrate yourself. The fuck? Alright, I could do this, which at this point I'm just ahead, right? So it's not too fun. It's not fun. It's like I can't find a good compromise between head and bust, which sounds far more naughty than it is. My arms and legs are better. Yay, I guess. I mean, of course they're better. Jesus Christ. Bust or head. Yeah, exactly. It sounds worse than it is. Listen, I want to smoke as well. I can't smoke on stream. Because I'm out of vaping liquid. Because I failed to quit because I don't want to quit. Because dieting and quitting sounds like shit, even though it sounded like a good idea back when I said I will quit again. Let me diet first and then I'll quit, okay? Let me fucking shed some, I don't know, another 8 kilos or something, and then I'll fucking quit smoking as well, but right now, or vaping as it is. But right now, don't ask me to do that. Fuck it. I surrender. I surrender to my basic needs, okay? And so, yeah, but after I smoke, I'll leave my camera on, I guess. I mean, I could restart the stream, which I will anyway for Baldur's Gate, right? And then look into my camera settings and see what the fuck is going on. Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to smoke. I think you have to actually note it as tobacco use. Otherwise, you can't do it, as far as I know. You're not allowed. So honestly, because now I want to have a smoke right now. Camera off. But I will stay true to my word, and throughout my Baldur's Gate stream today, after this, of course, I will have my camera on, okay? I mean, of course it's reasonable, come on. It's not a good habit to promote. You know. I'm supposed to say that, by the way. But yeah, no, I also think it's honest that, you know, it's not the best idea to promote that shit. To involuntarily promote that shit, right? Because then you see a very cool and sexy person like myself, and I'm smoking, and then you're thinking, how can I be more like Daphne, who is so amazing? And then you notice that I'm smoking, and you go like, okay, I'll smoke. So that's bad. And so as the amazing person that I am, I have to protect you from it. Starting is down. Yeah, it is. Like if you've reached like 20 years old and you haven't smoked until then, you started smoking because you saw the stream even though it was 20 years ago. Yeah, you laugh, but you know how old I am, right? So it could have been possible. It could have been possible. I am actually 42. You know that, right? If you didn't, you know now. You were playing stupid when you started. Nah, I wasn't stupid. Okay, so I'll tell you this. The way I started, right, was like I wanted to nice stretch. Oh my god, I would like to stretch like that. So the way I started was like I wanted to try it. Because I wanted to try a lot of things when I was young, right? Not particularly smoking, but like a lot of things. So I was like, yeah, when I reach 18 years old, I will do this, this, and that. I had like a mental list, right? Alcohol was one of it. Smoking was another. And so I tried a little bit of everything, you know. And smoking was part of that. And it kind of stuck there. It kind of stayed, I guess, but not permanently. It was like I've stopped it like numerous times for even up to like a year and more, and then I started again because I was like, hey, I miss the taste. It's fun, whatever. I never really smoked per se any crazy quantity. I was like the most I've done ever. Let's say the average, okay? Let's take the average. On average, I would smoke maybe 4 hand-rolled smokes a day. That was like the average. Sometimes I would smoke 2, sometimes 1, sometimes 3. You know, that's how it was, essentially. I never was a heavy smoker. There was a period when I was doing, like, I was very stressed with life. I was feeling down and everything. And so I did increase it to like 10, 15 smokes a day. And that was my worst, you know, that was like, I could feel my throat just not good. It was bad. I wouldn't want to go back to that. Like, I'm very wary of that, you know. I'm very aware of it. I don't want to like, I don't want it to happen again. When people are young, they have to do stupid things to learn from stupidity. It doesn't matter which stupid things you start or do back in the day. Yeah, true, true. I call it, personally, healthy experimentation. Sometimes it's unhealthy, but the fact that you're experimenting, that's healthy. So, you know, I'm staying positive and I'm saying that's basically health experimentation at this point. That's my take on it. I don't know. You don't have to agree, of course, but that's my take on it. Oh, right. I can't live like this. How do you leave your house? Like this? Yeah. But yeah, that's like my take on Janthir. It's generally very good. It's a very good expansion and a very good starting point for Guild Wars 2 new players. It's a very good starting point. Because, you know, with Guild Wars, you can just start like your story. You can start it like anywhere you want. You're not confined. You can just immediately go to Janthir, for example. That's why I'm saying it's a good starting point. It is held back by a couple of things that I mentioned, in my opinion. It's stuck at my house forever. Wouldn't you want that? That sounded so mean. But yeah, it's held back by a couple of things, but they are forgivable, I guess. They aren't that bad. Just that I found them rather jarring myself. Can I make this? Oh, sweet. Wait, maybe we can do something else. Wait. Come on. Ah, no! Fuck! Oh, it goes nowhere. That was anticlimactic. That sucked. That sucked. I thought it was gonna be like, you know, I thought it was gonna go through the mountain and then I would do something really cool, but no. Did nothing cool in the end. But I did go under the bridge, which was pretty cool. Oh, wait a minute, maybe... Wait, let me go back up there. Maybe you saw giant foxes, yeah, that's possible. There is like, I mean, for example, there is already, where is mounts? There's already like this. Well, don't mind the colors because the colors are not like appropriate for this skin. But yeah, you can have giant foxes if you want. They're a skin for this creature. There's also these, like there's many skins that you can have for your fox. There's even this, a toy fox, a stuffed toy fox, and other weird shit that you can use as skins. But yeah, there, a sand fox and a pink fox, I guess. And you can just like dye these any way you want. Like you can go here and you can see like the colors, and you can just like pick a color and you can dye your shit however you want. So yeah. And you can buy those skins by converting gold, for example, to gems, and therefore you don't have to dump like insane amounts of money. As long as you know how to make gold, you should be safe. Which isn't that hard, honestly. Provided you have an amazing group, like I do, okay? Alright, let's find a better route now. Let's go there. Ah! Oh, she's good. She's so good. Oh, I'm very good. God damn. Alright. A good girly then? Projecting much? You'd be even more poor if you started playing. But that's the thing. It's not necessary to splurge. Not enough. Not enough speed. Fuck. Okay. No. Fuck. All right. Okay. Oh my god, that scared me. Get the fuck out of there. Stupid bitch. Where the fuck am I? Let me take you to some other places. Let's go. Like, where do you want to go anyway? Maybe here. Can I have animal ears in the game? I will answer that by showing you what you can have. You can go to your wardrobe. You can click on your helmet. And then you can have a variety of horns and ears and stuff. Of course, they're all gonna appear black because I have like that's the colors I'm using right now. But if you were to dye them, for example, you would have various interesting results, as you can see. Like, I don't know, just examples, I guess. Whatever. Pink ears. There. Or you can have... wait, what else do we have, actually? Not equipment. Here. Right. You can have horns. You can have... whatever the fuck this is. And... literal cat ears. Except now they're very black, because that's like how I've dyed my helmet again. They're not that black normally. You can just dye them any way you want. And there is like also Heineris. Where was I? All right. There is effects for your eyes as well, if you want. And various other shit, glasses and helmets and whatnot, you know. And hoods and anything in between anyway. So yeah. And there is even... there is a cat hoodie, yeah. Where is it? Like, I think I've got it somewhere here. There it is. And you can go and like dye that any way you want anyway, so... well, that's not a good example, but you get it. There. There. And now you have a hoodie. And there's also like there is something that I want ArenaNet to actually offer as separate pieces, which is this. Why can't I preview it? Oh, there we go. Which is this, where it gives you an actual tail and cat ears that are, you know, quote unquote real. But my issue is this, is that it's an outfit. So basically this is gonna go, yeah, it has a tail. This is gonna go over your clothes, no matter what you're wearing. And that's like my only... I wish they would decouple it. I wish they would sell this and the cat ears as an item for your, like, shoulders and maybe something else. I don't know, maybe shoulders and helmet, you know? Because shoulders would be nice for this and helmet for the ears. Because they've done the same for elf ears, because there are elf ears. But instead they've done it in outfit, which to me was a bad decision. I don't really like outfits. I mean, I have like this as a joke outfit, or, you know, something cute or whatever. But I generally don't like outfits, honestly. I prefer to be able to customize, like, you know, every piece on my own. But yeah. I mean, most of these I've actually gotten from Black Lion boxes. I don't really, you know, guaranteed wardrobe unlocks as it is. I don't really go after outfits, to be honest. But there are plenty if somebody wanted to. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's if Neris is here, kind of loot boxes. So basically, there is, like, let me show you. So, oh, wait, right. So, you have these, right? The Black Lion boxes. You can preview what you can get from them. Most of the stuff you can find on the market board, if not everything, but basically literally everything you can find on the market board that they have. They rotate the contents, and you open them with Black Lion keys, right? So keys are shop items. Where is it? Where do they have keys? Where are they keeping the keys? Wait. Ah, there, these. So you buy them with these. And so, for example, 25 keys will cost you 2.1, right? And if you go to buy gems, you will see that 2.1 almost is about 35 bucks, all right? But why do that? Why do that when you can make gold and then convert gold to gems? Right? And then you wait until the keys are on sale, because they do go on sale often. And when they're on sale, it is 30% off, and that makes them very, very interesting. All right. But then again, if you're making gold, why not buy the items you want directly and skip the lottery, skip the RNG? First of all. Second of all, if there is something that is exclusive to the box, you can usually afterwards find it here on this vendor. So every time you open a box, you gain this currency, okay? So the Black Lion statues. Now, everything that has been on the boxes that is exclusive to the boxes will be available for sale here for a certain amount of like lion statues, right? And the longer you wait, the cheaper they get, because they move from like tier 1, which is like 50 or 40 or whatever, or 60 here, like this thing. All right. That, if you wait, it will eventually go down to like here, which is gonna be 25. So as far as gambling goes, I'd say it's pretty softcore. It's not like Korean MMO levels. So yeah. And of course, you know, there is a minuscule chance that you will get, for example, but that's like, it's a minuscule chance. Like it even tells you this is like 0.3, right? It's super rare. 0.3 is insane, by the way. But you get one of these, which then these you can sell for a fucking ridiculous amount of gold, like a really absurd amount of gold. Or keep them, you know, because they're good utility, I guess. But yeah, that's basically the system they have for loot boxes. But the thing is that they're obtainable through the store, which means that you can obtain them with gold, right? And the gold value, so how much gold is how many gems, is going to be dictated by players. And that's why the prices aren't steady. Because they're not dictated by ArenaNet, they're dictated by actually players. So this, to give you an idea of what to expect when it comes to converting gold to gems, 1 month of doing your dailies will get you about 1,000 gold, right? 1,000.2, 1,000.3, it really depends. If you're doing your dailies for a month, okay? For 30 days. If you convert that, as you can see, it's like 830 here, okay? So that is already 2k, for example. And 25 keys is like 2.1k. So you could get every month, for example, if you wanted 25 keys and blow them away on loot boxes and see what you get, if you wanted to do that. And in the meantime, you're also going to be making money from other sources, because dailies aren't the only thing you're doing in Guild Wars. So you have like other sources of gold. So yeah. I mean, whenever somebody talks about this, I like to cite how Lara, who is like a guild member, she doesn't spend money. She literally works through conversions. She has more outfits than I do. And stuff, you know, that she can wear and shit, you know, and skins and whatever. And she's got them by just converting gold to gems. And utility items as well. She's got like, I think she's got like infinite tools as well, and glyphs as well, and shit like that. And that shit costs money, but she's done it through gold conversions, which she has been able to do because we've been doing dailies, we've been raiding, we've been doing lots of things, and so, you know, money is coming in. So it's really not that it's not that predatory, let's say. It's not as predatory as people make it out to be. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Guild Wars gets a lot of shit for being paid to win or something, but in reality, it is really, really mild when it comes to being predatory, I would say. And now I'll BRB again, and then we'll discuss what we're going to do. Just a sec. All right, I'm back. So yeah, there is of course, like, if you're a new player, right, and you're considering jumping in and all that, my recommendation would be to keep in mind that it will take some getting used to, and there is some setup to it, meaning not as in Windows setup or something, but like to get to the point, and this will sound condescending, but I can't help it. It is what it is. To get to the point where you're literally printing money and you can do all the things that I described and everything, it will take some setting it up, right? You can't expect to go in day one and be like, okay, let me get all the outfits, let me get like crazy gold and all that. Like, that's not gonna happen. You're gonna have to get used to it. You're gonna have to learn a couple of things, just like any MMO, you know? So even though I sing its praises, let's say, I'm also very aware that new player experience is, it requires guidance, you know? Can you get cat ears day one? Technically, yes. Technically, yes, you can. You can go in the shop and you can spend your first money on cat ears. You could. Of course, they're not on the shop currently, but they cycle in and out like pretty often. It's not like you will never see them or something. I think they cost like a very low amount, actually. The hoodie is up, and that one costs like 400. And 400 would be, well, 164 gold, which you can make, or I can make. I don't know what you can make, but I can make that in like maybe less than 4 days. Easy. So yeah, you could technically get carried, for example, and get the gold and then turn it in and get the cat ears, like the cat hoodie, for example. The cat ears aren't there from what I saw, but the hoodie is there. And if you were smart, you will also wait for it to be on sale instead of like grabbing it immediately. And that will make it even easier because, you know, 20% off is gonna put it like even lower, obviously. I mean, that's stating the obvious. Something that kind of like irks people who are new is the lack of emotions, of emotes. Sorry, not emotions. Wow, the lack of emotes. So yeah, it has some, but you can't come in here and expect it to be Final Fantasy. That's not gonna happen, or even World of Warcraft for the matter, right? Because even World of Warcraft is far more advanced in that regard. Here you get like some basic stuff, you know, some agreeing and like disagreeing, and some laugh, and you get some basic stuff, and you know, there are some more nuanced ones like read, or was it like read book? Yes, there are some more nuanced ones like this, for example, but you can't expect like Final Fantasy levels. Bow, sleep, dance, yeah, the basics. Like, you can expect the basics, but you can't expect like Final Fantasy stuff where you can wink left, wink right, blah blah, you know, 50,000 emotes. You know, that you will not have. That legit, you're just not gonna have. But you do get like the occasional goofy one. Is it like power up? Is it unleash? Neil role-playing on higher ground. What? I do not know what you said, but hello there, Berserk. Welcome to my very humble chat. No, you can't fill 90% of your screen space with emotes. It's true. I'm very sorry. You cannot do that. However, it's on the good side of things. It's more a game that you play to actually play. If you catch my drift. It's not... Let me put it this way. It's not a dating app with visual aids, okay? So you cannot expect the social scene that you would see in like Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft. And also the majority of players are engaged in some kind of activity all the time because there's like lots to do. Unlike, for example, and this is personal opinion, okay? Unlike World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy, there is actually shit that you can do at any point and nothing will stop you. Like, so there is activities you can do that are gameplay related that will keep you busy and playing instead of like, I don't know what I'm doing tonight, fuck it, I'll just club, for example, which again, you know me, no hate towards clubbing in Final Fantasy. I mean, I've done that like for ages. But yeah, it's not that kind of game. It's more the kind of game that you're like, okay, what are my priorities? What do I want to do in the game? Let me just go and do it, you know? That's that kind of thing. All my friends in Final Fantasy raiding 24/7. No, it's not like that either. It's pretty relaxed, actually. It's pretty relaxed. M2S, yeah, fuck that thing. I don't know. I just raiding in Guild Wars is quite different than Final Fantasy, in that it is like far more accessible and it doesn't take like ages to do or learn or be good at. So it's far more accessible and it also pays off. Like if you want good gold, you can raid. Raiding is good gold. It's really good gold, in my opinion. So basically, you know, actually playing the game kind of rewards you, as opposed to just sitting somewhere, doing nothing and like, you know. Another thing that I guess would throw off new players at this point in time, I guess, would be the entry price. That could throw off some people. Because to get everything that has been released up to now, and by everything I mean like literally everything, including the Living World seasons, all of them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and Iceberg Saga, and everything else, that's gonna cost you like, I don't know what is it at this point. Is it like €100? Is it like €150? I'm not sure. But yeah, there's been lots of expansions, there's been lots of content. It's like a 10-year-old game, maybe even more than 10-year-old game at this point, I'm not even sure. So yeah, the entry point is going to be like the buy to play, because it doesn't have a subscription, but the buy to play element is going to be 100 or 150. Yeah, the trial version, which the trial version is limited in some ways, so I would never recommend it for more than like, oh, let me see if I like the gameplay. Like literally that's all it will do. It has 500 hours of content, that's true, and you can do your dailies and you can even do raiding, but like honestly you will be missing out on like some pretty important stuff. You're gonna be missing out on elite specs, which elite specs are basically, if you go to your build, you will see that you can like slot certain things here, and then from each slotted thing you can... What the fuck? Sorry about that. You can then select like one choice per column, right? So you have like all these choices. This bar here is reserved for elite specs, and the elite specs completely change how a class plays. So missing out on that, it's not that productive, let's say. Like you're missing on a lot. You're missing on some weapons that you can't use if you don't have like the paid content. You're missing on the elite specs. You're missing on, I think, trading post probably. But everything else you can do, like you've got like Miru says 500 hours of content. That is true, because it literally, the free version includes like the majority of what you see here. Legit, like it includes all of that shit. And yeah, basically I just nailed it. All of that shit, literally. This huge portion here, that's your free trial. And believe me, by the time you do all this, you will know if you want to splurge. You will know. Trust me. There is no way. It's a very generous trial. But you'll be missing out on the specs and, of course, on like these parts of the map and these parts of the map and these parts of the map and these parts of the map. So, you know, and this. You will also be missing out. Whoops, sorry. You'll be missing out on this slice of thing here. This thing is Heart of Thorns here. But you do have like a very nice and wide girth to try stuff out. But yeah. So I would say that, yeah, it's... and actually, let me check. Let me check something really quick. Just since we're talking about it. I want to see the exact price, actually. The girth, yeah. Let's not talk about girths. So if I were to go and buy Guild Wars 2 now, that would set me back. Let me see. Where is the super mega massive package? Hello? Where is the big one? Come on. So it's yes you can. Yes you can. It's right here. Wait. It's right here. You buy this for 50 bucks, 50 European bucks. All right, and that contains like everything, doesn't it? You have like, oh, the complete one is 100 bucks. Okay. So that's 100, and then you would need Soto, right? So that's 100. Let me see. No Soto, no Janthir. Yeah, so you would need another 50. Roughly. So that's why I said 150 and you get everything. So I was correct essentially, yeah. 150. That's your entry point if you decide to splurge. However, I think it's worth saying that, like, and I didn't verify that, but some of you could right now. I mean, I don't know, maybe Miro could or something. I can't verify it, but I think that if you buy the complete edition that we saw there, that also includes like some boosters and some like shit like that. So that is nearly what my VR headset cost. Yeah, sure, it's priorities. And also, to its defense, not defense, but like a counter argument. First priorities, like if you want a VR headset, then you want a VR headset, obviously. So you can't compare that. Like if you want something, then you want it. Right? First that, and second, any MMO that you would start now, let's say you wanted to start Final Fantasy now, that would be an equal price, I'm pretty sure. 100 for sure. I'm pretty sure right now, if I wanted to start Final Fantasy and I was new and I wanted all expansions, I'm pretty sure I would pay 100. I'm pretty sure. If not more. And I think it's the same with World of Warcraft as well. So it's pretty normal when it comes to like the three major MMOs that if you are just starting, you're basically gonna be set back, you know? You got all expansions paid for you? Yeah, well, you know, let's not talk about how you obtained that, but let's focus on how much it would cost you. Let me see. I'm actually gonna compare right now. 60 bucks for all expansions? Oh, that's cheap then. Okay. 140 if you get collectors. But why would you get collectors though? Why would you buy the collector's edition? And I assume, Kat, I assume it's like with 1 month of sub probably. I assume it's gonna be 1 month of sub, otherwise, Jesus Christ. The thing is, and I'm gonna like, also by the way, I can confirm that like if you buy the complete edition of the Dragon Collection, then you do get 2 extra inventory slots, shared inventory, 2 max level boosts, you know, that kind of shit, but not much else. A few months of sub and you're already at Guild Wars 2. Let's assume you're gonna play, like, how much is a sub for Final Fantasy? 2 months, I think, is like 30 euro bucks, isn't it, right? Yeah, if we're going, okay, so if we're going to direct comparisons, every expansion in Guild Wars is 25 bucks, right? Every subscription per month for Final Fantasy is 13. So with two subs, you already have an expansion for Guild Wars, to put it into perspective. But I have to say that the entry point for Final Fantasy right now seems pretty okay. If with 60 you get everything, that's pretty okay. But, and I'm gonna be like, this is super opinion, right? This is like the definition of opinion right now, okay? You cannot fault me for what I'm about to say. It is my personal opinion that what you get for 150 for Guild Wars, Final Fantasy can't even begin to dream of. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Because this amount of content that you'll be getting with Guild Wars will keep you busy for fucking ever. So I'm gonna say that, yeah, I'm sorry, but they do not compare. So let's say that the extra 50% of the price of Final Fantasy will go to actual time you will spend gaming. Yeah, content does not get outdated, so you will be going back to basic maps, you will be doing stuff. There is so much to do in Guild Wars that if you enjoy gaming and you enjoy MMOs, you will have a blast if you like its style. So again, like, in my humble opinion, they don't compare, because yeah, you definitely buy the Final Fantasy thingy and you'll play the story, and then after the story is done, all you can do is either date or raid, and that's it, literally. Some people enjoy some fringe activities, but like, honestly, I don't consider that gameplay. I'm really sorry. I don't consider that gameplay. And so you won't be on the open world, you won't be doing anything, you basically the raid or date. Whereas in Guild Wars, you will be actually playing the game, and you will be actively utilizing and interacting with like all of this shit that you see. Yeah, you can sit AFK crafting as well, of course. In Final Fantasy, yeah, you can do that. But yeah, when you see all this, just the exploration, like literally just the exploration of the free trial of Guild Wars has more content. This is my opinion, okay? Having played both, has more fucking content than the 60 bucks you'll be paying for Final Fantasy. It has more content. Yeah, the story isn't that fucking anime. It isn't that great. I agree. It's an adequate story, which, I mean, Final Fantasy is also, you know, it isn't great either, right? I fucking don't like it. But I'm trying to be objective. So I'll say that, like, for example, Guild Wars story isn't its strong selling point, all right? But the world exploration is the strong point. And the fact that, like, anywhere you go, even now, you can go to, like, level 1 maps, there will be people there actively doing stuff, which you will be involved with. So, yeah, it's basically the world that it offers that is the draw point, you know? So to me, I mean, if someone was to try the free trial and they went through the base story and the base like exploration, and they like the gameplay cycle, I would definitely say buy the rest because it only gets better. So yeah. And to be fair, I'll also be fair here. I shit all over fucking Final Fantasy story. I shit all over it. But playing through Guild Wars' story, the base story of Guild Wars, yeah, it is janky. It is so janky. I'm not gonna lie. The personal story, so level 1 to 25, which is basically your character's background and everything, that's tremendous. That's very nice, honestly. But then 25 to 80, the story is just there. You don't care. You don't. The thing is, you don't have to care. You can just play playing the game is enjoyable. Sorry. So to me, that's why I would argue that the asking price of 150 is fair, because it's also one time only with no sub. So yeah, I don't know. But you as a new player, not you necessarily, Kat, but like anyone as a new player, you don't know if you like it. So I can't really tell you definitely buy it, you know. But I can tell you, look at all the shit you can do with just a free trial. All right, all this that you see here with just a free trial. So not trying it, to me, is an L, honestly, because you might try it and you might get hooked and be like, yeah, okay, that's definitely worth 100 whatever. Yeah, crafting in Guild Wars is like pretty basic, and that can be bad, can also be good. Like for some people, crafting in Guild Wars is bad. For people like me, it's good. For me, it's good because you go to your crafting whatever, you see this basic ass list, you click on an item you want to craft, you check if you have the things you want to, like the things it requires. If you do it, you press craft, that's it, boom. Of course it has no subscription, it's free. It's free, baby. You can just play it whenever. And you know what else is super good? And honestly, I feel like a saleswoman, but like I have to say it because this is the strongest point I have, okay? There is no gear creep. You don't go after gear every month. You just don't. It's like the same gear you have from like 3 years ago is the top gear you're gonna use forever. So the progression for gear is not linear. There's no vertical progression of gear. There's no power creep. To me, that's like a huge... So we're talking about a game with no sub and no gear creep, where everything that you do remains relevant. Everything you achieve with your character will remain relevant forever. So, yeah. Yeah, the power creep that Neris is referring to is a more literal power creep, in the sense of like people are obsessed with the meta and they do try to come up with builds that are like meta and are, you know, if something new comes out, like for example now you have spears with Janthir wilds, which, oh, I didn't talk about that, right? I should talk about that. Because it is part of the expansion anyway. So yeah, so now for example spears came out and you can use like a spear as a weapon, and people immediately jumped onto that and they're trying to, you know, to make it like the new meta and everything, and it's also broken as fuck on some classes. So yeah, there is that kind of power creep, right? But not in the sense of like I have to go do the raids, because if I don't do the raids, then I don't have gear because the gear is from the raids. You know, it's not like that. There isn't item level, there isn't like stuff like that, you know. So yeah, it has a lot of strong selling points, but the entry price is steeper than I thought. And I will admit that for someone who isn't invested and like doesn't, you know, hasn't played the free trial, doesn't know shit about the game, just a new player coming in, you might see the 150 total and be like, oh my god, that is like, I'm never touching it. That's why I'm recommending start with free trial. and see if you like the see if you enjoy the you know, combat and the feeling and exploration and shit. And like, if you do, then the package starts to make sense. Like, once you understand like the main points, so no pay to win. There is pay for convenience, and you will utilize it for sure, but you will do so smartly, so by actually making gold and converting slowly, getting what you need through that. So there is that, yeah. So of course, but like, there's no gear creep, there's no subscription, and there's always something to do. So I don't know, like, honestly it's subjective. Like, honestly it's like up to each person to identify whether it is for them or not, you know. I can only present the main points that may not be apparent to a new player. Like, if you're new, you will likely think there is gear creep. You will likely think, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, that's why I'm just telling you how it is, basically. Anyway, that's that. I think that since Neris is back, are you back? Are you even back? Mm-hmm. So yeah, best to start without you. Back but not ready yet for a while. When you say a while, how long do you think? An hour plus is fine. All right, I can do filler until you're here. I can do some filler with Guild Wars. 1 sec, I need some music for this. My God. Is this too strong for you? Too loud? Sorry, not strong. Wow. Should be fine, right? No, fuck. I'm banging the fucking golem, okay? And you can't stop me. Fuck! I dropped my rotation. Do you like my sword? It's a very cool sword. But that's not the rotation I wanted to practice anyway. Wait, neither is that. What the fuck? There we go. Time to cry. Swishing. All right. Yeah. Just don't judge me, okay? No! Fuck! I dropped it. I love this class. I love Bladesworn. I love the style and everything. But like, at the same time though, it's so clunky. I love the style. This class needs love. I'm not gonna lie. Let's try again. No! Fuck! Okay, well. That's a good class. Let me log with my thief a little bit. I was practicing spear and thief and I have some things to say. I have some things to say for real. Because we're talking spears, I guess. No, we're fine. A rolling ball. Where the fuck? Am I underground? Oh, okay. That took a while to load. What the fuck? There. Shit. So I kinda like lost my rhythm there. Yeah, I completely lost my rhythm there. Wow. Nice damage drop. Wait, let me retry that a little bit. Also, why sky scale? Just workflow is fine. Is it gone? It's gone, okay. How much is that? 28 there, nothing. But no food as well. Alright, let's try the spear though. So I can show you what I mean with like having issues. So it's this, and then we go here, we dump the daggers, and we put on the spear. Oh, respawn the golem though. So my problem, you're gonna notice like something. So this, after your stealth, it's supposed to change into Ashen Assault, right? From Bard Spear into Ashen Assault. Now, I want you to notice how many times that's gonna happen successfully. If I'm going at a reasonable speed. If I'm going at a slow speed, it does manage to change and everything. But you'll notice that this one, it's kind of bugged as fuck. And this one has almost zero feedback. So I don't know what this is about, what's wrong with this distracting throw. I could say it's very distracting because it's so distracting that I can never tell if it has actually happened. I mean, sure, you can see the channeling bar, but it doesn't feel like it's impacting or anything, so it's very confusing to me. Anyway, you would go something like this, and then you would do that. Now it happened, right? Oh shit, I fucked up there. So now it didn't happen, for example. I don't know if you noticed it, but you saw what happened there? Where it kind of changed, it flipped, but it was flashing already, which means you can't buffer it. You can't input buffer it. It is tragic. It's tragic because you can also see the loss here. Almost 30k down to 16. The moment this failed, I lost like half my DPS. How the fuck did they introduce that like this? Like, if I go full speed, which I'm not fast because I don't know the rotation, okay? But, like, even so. So with half-fast speed, right? Literally half-fast. It's just not gonna happen. And don't mind my broken mouse as well, please. So now it happened. And I can do that, and then this, and then that into this, into that. Alright. But I'm already slowing down, though. And again, I lost it again. God fucking damn it. It is so sensitive when it flips into Ashen Assault. It's so sensitive, I fucking hate it. And I want to like this class, that's the thing. I kinda love it actually, but... damn is it bad. There we go. Fuck. No! And again, it didn't happen. You see, it flashed, but it didn't go into... whatever the fuck that was. You know, it didn't go into Ashen. It didn't change into... Could you please despawn the golem? Thank you. It didn't change to this, to Ashen Assault. I don't know why. But when it does, the damage is huge. The damage is huge when it does. Let me try again, because I need to practice this. It's kind of like... I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not like perfect at it, and it definitely is hard for me, okay? It's definitely hard for me. And I think you're supposed to be doing these swaps here for as long as you have initiative. But when you run out of initiative, I think you're supposed to enter Shroud and do 2 specific skills and then switch back from Shroud. Unless it's not initiative related and you need to actually do it anyway. It's possible, I don't remember. Let's try it that way. I don't want to read up on it, because I'm just killing time right now. Now it changed, okay. Was it this? No, it was this. Fuck, I dropped it, okay. One and 2, right? And then transform. Oh shit, and then forget all your poisons, and then the thing didn't happen, and then my DPS stacks, and then awesome. Alright, cool. Great stuff! Congratulations. Alright, let me try to do this faster and see what happens. I'll try to do it like at the speed that I would do it. If I was learning it normally, you know. Which again, that this is gonna fail. I don't think I'm supposed to switch unless I don't have initiative. I'm pretty sure that you're supposed to spend your initiative and then you switch. But we'll find out, won't we? Fuck. Well, I fucked up. No, that was like disastrous. That accomplished nothing. Oh my god. A nice class though, and Shroud is so nice. Like you go into Shroud and you're purpley, and you have like all those cool moves and the slashes and everything. It's nice. And this shit and like that shit and like it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. And you cast purpley Staffy. It's nice. I don't know. I like this route. It's not bad. Anyway, so I'm not supposed to be using that, by the way. I'm supposed to be using this, but I just don't like traps. So yeah. No, fuck. No! You asshole! I was doing well for a moment there. I was like 20k, hey! I'm improving! Oh my god. Which 20k isn't much, by the way. But it's enough. It's enough. This is poison, this is torment, this is mobilization. Okay, so why don't we change that into its normal version, and then that to this, and that should be it basically. So set the trap, steal, go here. Then forget the fucking... What the fuck is happening with my rotation, by the way? By which I mean, why do I suck so bad? I forgot the trap! Oh my god! Wait. I forgot the trap, I forgot the thieves, everything! Respawn it, let's go. So do this, do that. Do that, come on. Go into Shroud, do the thingy, do the other thingy, do this thingy, do that thingy. What happened to... You have to be shitting me. I was doing really well there. I dropped the fucking... This thing, I swear, it looks like it should have an indicator, I don't know. It's so unassuming, look at it. It's so unassuming, I don't know, it needs something, like some better sound or something. I think I cancelled it at one point. Wait, you cannot reset that? Are you fucking shitting me? Why can't you reset this one? Oh, you can. Okay, cool. Okay, so this, that. So did it happen now? Who the fuck knows, right? Fuck, no! This is a disaster. This is a disaster. My eyes were looking at the poisons and was like... like I have to activate. I couldn't fucking engage my fucking poison core. I morbed so hard. This is so new to me. By the way, I started playing this yesterday. And by started playing, I mean I took it to fractals like once. And I think I also did like, I don't know what it was, like one strike or something. I don't fucking remember anymore. God, I don't know. This class is amazing. What the fuck happened there? What happened to my... Fuck off. No! No! Fuck off! Oh, I fall apart so easily. Alright, this time though. This time I have it. Alright. It's new, it's very new, okay? To me. Okay, this time I have it. You will never see it coming. Come on. Oh, right, I'm supposed to... Fuck! No, don't think about it. I must have... So, the first... After you do this, at the end of a combo, the next combo will not have 3 steps. It will have 2 steps instead. This is so confusing. Remember, 2 steps. Not 3 steps, 2 steps. Okay. Now it's 3 steps. So now it's 2 steps. It didn't change, did you see that? It didn't fucking change. No! Fuck off! Fuck off! I must not be distracted. I must focus on the rotation. Don't get distracted if it changes or not, just do it. Okay. Fuck! I lost my fucking... Drop. Poisons. Ah. Special move. Drop. Okay. Steal. And then this. And then I lost it. God fucking damn it. Hey, at least 30k? 37, okay. Yeah, because I went slow there. Anyway, cool class, but like it needs some quality of life. Like these changes should be very snappy. You should be allowed to like buffer, and it needs something distinct. Like, what the fuck is this? What is this? Huh? What is this? It's such an important skill for me, but it's just like a spear. Like, just do something flashy so we know that it landed. So when it hits, it should be like an explosion of shadows or something, you know, some shit like that. Block again. But yeah, I think, I mean, these are kind of distinct, even though you'll never see them. But this? No. Anyway, cool. But I do think that Thief Spear needs like a little bit of refinement, in my opinion. I don't think it's there yet. The damage seems very promising. Like, if a noob like me can do like 30k by just slightly paying attention, then again, this not changing is so annoying. So fucking annoying though. It needs to snap, it needs to change to go like, you know, 100% is changed, that's it. There's no waiting, no flashing icons, no flipping, just change, just immediately go like boom, that's it. If you've registered 3 hits like 1, 1, 2, 3 should be it. Instead of like this dog shit. Anyway. I hope they change it. And also I wonder if I like add this, if I go back to how it was. I mean that, so this is pointless for like benching. This just looks nice. I'm gonna use this one because it looks nice. Or you know what? No, Thieves is fine. But it looks nice though, I don't know. I mean... I don't know, it looks nice. But I'll use Thieves, okay. Alright, I'm gonna use every single poison in existence after I do that. And then I'll steal something. So, did you see that? It switched. It did switch now. It did. But then I pressed it and it ignored the press. Because you can't buffer. So you can't fucking buffer it. It's insane that they do that. It's insane that they do that. So look at this. So see there? Okay. Did it happen now? I can't even tell. I honestly cannot even tell. No, it did. I'm pretty sure it didn't. Now it did, because you see the channeling bar. Was there, like, is that the channeling bar? Wait a minute. No, it wasn't that slow. So I'm pretty sure I wasn't doing it there. Alright, I'll try again. No, not the block! What a betrayal! I butterfingered the block. Good job, moron. Good fucking job. Fuck, switch. Ah, no! Why? Why? Switch. I forgot the poisons. Switch again, steal, poisons. Ah, this is so complicated for my kitty brain. No! Switch! No! No! I'm falling apart again! Oh my god, no! Okay. To be fair, damage on damage is lower because you're solo. Yeah. That's true. But where is Cat, for example? Cat could be here, and then I wouldn't be solo. But Cat is not there. Boo. And you could be here, but you're also not here, so boo to you too. I'm just abandoned in general, holy shit. Wait, how do you... Oh. I was trying to teleport out. Want me to bring a Mesmer to AFK? No, I went off. I went out. Because, like, to be fair, right? And we've talked about this quite a few times. And also, let me just, at this point, I don't mind, like, if you can see me or not. But, like, I've mentioned it a few times already. 20k is already good enough, right? Cute, thank you. But yeah, 20k should be enough for your... Well, for everything, basically. So you can't spam that anymore. That would have been so nice. Anyway. Alright, so yeah, I'm happy that I'm doing 20k. I mean, with Bladesforn I did... With Bladesforn, half-assed Bladesforn... It's not even half-assed Bladesforn, it's more like... 2/3 Bladesforn, okay? 2/3. More than half, it's like 2/3. I can do up to 30k. And with Berserker, I can legitimately do like over that. With no food and no enhancements. And so with Thief, which I don't know how to play this shit. I really don't. This is like half out of 3, I'd say, in an imaginary scale when I'm, you know, gauging how I learn stuff. It's not even like 2 out of 3, it's not even 1 out of 3, it's like 0.5 out of 3. I'm still doing like... I reached 30k earlier. Wait, where is it? 33 was my highest, I think. 30... Yeah, 33 is my highest, with like the lowest being, I'd say, when I don't fuck up with sets, it's at like 16 or something. So without a fuck up, a big fuck up, then it's like 20 plus. So it's already pretty good, I'd say. And a lot of these points, like what Neris is saying about being solo in there and doing less damage if you're solo in there, is because these poisons actually give poison charges to your allies. Therefore, the damage that they'll be dealing with their poisons, which are your poisons, counts as your damage. So that's a lot of poisons here that are not finding any targets. So yeah, there is some missing damage there. But the truth of the matter is that like the rotation is very clunky. Like doing this into that, and when it hits, it changes. I don't know about this system. It's like it's interesting to play with, but it needs to be a lot more snappy. You know, it needs to be like super fucking responsive. Otherwise, there's no merit to it. Honestly, otherwise, it's just a nuisance. But it's a nice gameplay idea, and I think they can refine it. Anyway, what's gonna happen now? Armpits. My OnlyFans is in my description. I'm joking, I don't have an OnlyFans, but like, I'm gonna BRB, and then we're gonna fire up Baldur's Gate 3. But for that to happen, I need to turn off my stream so I can actually reset the category. So if you're just lurking, come back and lurk more in a bit. But yeah, I'll BRB first, so... Hi, I'm back. What was I doing? All right, let me take you to Lowland Bears. The fuck? Why are you? What's there? Oh, for the daily, I guess. For the weekly, I mean, the daily. For the weekly Shatterer. I'm gonna take you to Sintry because I didn't show you Sintry. And I did talk a lot about Sintry, and I basically shot all over it. So, you know what? I will even do something else for you. I will turn on the music. The game's music, which I never do, but I will do it for you. And you can't hear it because I need to go here into audio and select maybe. Now you can hear it, but we both can. Damn. The music is so good here. I'm sorry, but it's so good. It's so fucking good. This whole Sintry is very Witcher. And this is the beach I was talking about. I don't know, it's so fucking good, dude. I'll shut up for a bit and you can enjoy the music, I guess. You know what I would love? If they went back and fixed this. You see what I mean? I mean, yes, there are splashes when you jump in and out, but like when you stay, there should be at least something here, right? Some ripples and some shit like that, because it looks very jarring if it's like that. To me, at least. And you have that shit on your character when you're here, for example, right? But for some reason when you're like this, there's still some, but then when you go here, so knee height, you don't have it anymore. Which, curious, isn't it? So I think they should go and add it, in my opinion. And they should add splashes, because you do have splashes, as you see. Even here, you can notice it, like look, over here. Very small splash, you can see it. But when you go here, oh, they're under the texture, some of them. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I can see through the texture of the water. Maybe a technical limitation, I'm not sure. So maybe you do see... Maybe there are splashes, but we don't see them because they happen under this... The fuck?
I'll need your shadow.
I told you, like, their aggro range and their range in general is just stupid. An Arctic crab. It's so good. It's so fucking good. I don't know. This whole beach is like just way too good. I don't know. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this, of all of this. I don't know. Such a sweet area. I don't know. I guess that's the... almost. No, that's an enemy. Goodbye. Please don't pelt me with your shit. But you know what else is... come on. Come on. Stop it! You know what else fucking is also awesome and triggers every fear I have about water? This. Like, fuck off with this shit. It's amazing, I love it, but fuck off with this. No joke. Like, I don't think I want to go further, kinda, you know what I mean? But we can. Maybe you know what? Maybe we should not. I don't know, I kind of like, I do have like this fear of like dark water like this. You know, maybe if I just stick to the bottom where I can see like at least the bottom. But no, it's, I don't know. Ah, okay, sorry. Sorry for yelling. Good thing I had my camera off. And I wanna, but at the same time, difficult for me. Okay, maybe step by step. If I swear to God, I might scream. If there is something there, I will scream. I'm just telling you right now. I will scream for sure. Okay, but we're not going further than this. Like, I can see the ground, everything is cool, that's fine. Okay, enough for now. I was kind of holding my breath. I'm not comfortable with that amount of darkness there. Will it climb though? Come on! Oh, okay. Too hopeful. Alright, could have happened though. And this is the other area that I like. These ruins here are amazing. It's so good, dude. I don't know. This, like, the map, as I said before, the map and the environment. Oh, and the music and the sounds and everything. Like, the ambience is just in general 10 out of 10. The guys who made the maps for Janthir's Wild, listen, they got high and then they created the maps. They were like, yeah, we need some serious inspiration, let's go. Oh my god. I want to talk to the ghost, but like... I'll trick the floofers. Oh, one of them is still there.
Fuel your own destruction.
Alright. Oh my god, they came back. Alright, what do you want? Oh my god, there's another incoming floofer. Yeah.
Time to do some real damage.
Alright, I just wanted that, sorry. I was wondering what this was gonna do. Let's go up there. And then I will switch over to Baldur's Gate.
Probably fallout from some Mersat experiment. And they don't look friendly. I'll take them out so no one gets hurt. Area looks clear for now.
Just how far up am I?
That's not good. Should probably cut those elementals down before they take their little party straight to camp.
It even goes higher, but I couldn't see where I was going. Okay, wait.
There. Need to keep an eye on those things. Probably fallout from some Mersat experiment. And they don't look friendly. I'll take them out so no one gets hurt. Area looks clear for now.
This spam that your character does when you face certain events is very annoying. They should limit it a little bit. Though I do like that your character actually communicates certain things. I do like that.
Is that bloodstone?
See what I mean?
Sure smells like. Area looks clear.
See what I
for
mean?
Now.
Triggered it for you a little bit.
That's not good. Should probably cut those elementals down before they take their little party straight to camp.
This place is really amazing, by the way. I really like this one. Cool cave. I wish it had like a shore where you can relax or something. But I guess you can use your boat. There. And then you can just sail here, I suppose. There. That's it. Okay. Fake leather. What's going on map chat? So map chat has been crazy. In this map, in Sindri, map chat has been crazy. There has been drama, there's been fighting, lots of fighting. There's arguing, you know, heated arguments. And other shit like that. It's pretty crazy. I often watch, you know, what's happening. Sometimes I also start that drama myself, but don't tell them that. I mean, earlier we were with like, we went with Mary and Lara, and we wanted to like to get an event, and Lara was like, "Hey, so what does everyone think about Janthir Wild?" Nobody was talking, and then Lara was like, "Well, sorry, I just said it to start some drama." So yeah. Oh my god! Oh my god! Let's ignore the chat right now. Nice, good job. But yeah. Anyway, I think I should switch over to Baldur's Gate after rolling a smoke. after recharging my lungs. And we have some adventures there as well that are pretty fucking interesting. So anyway, if you were here for this, thank you for watching, and it's been amazing having you here. And just, yeah, you know, thank you for whatever, for valuing my opinion, I guess, and just listening to it. And I hope I didn't fuck you up too much with the stuff I said. Also about Final Fantasy and also about like Guild Wars 2 as well. But yeah, okay. I would rate, if I was an actual journalist, I think I would rate this expansion. This is gonna hurt you. This is gonna hurt you, but it's the start of the expansion, okay? It's not even out proper. It's the full content is not there. But if I had to rate it, it would be in a 0 out of 10, where 10 is an immaculate masterpiece, where you cannot find flaws even if you look for them. So impossibly, you can't achieve it. It's impossible to achieve 10 out of 10. And with 0 being also impossible to achieve, because it would have to be literally not existing. Like it would crash on load guaranteed with no way to patch it. Like if it loads, it's gonna burn your GPU, and if it doesn't burn your GPU, the story is like, I don't know, somebody, I don't know, you get what I'm saying, like impossibly bad. So if that was the scale, I would rate this one a very, very solid. That's the expansion, not Guild Wars as a whole, okay? Just the first part of this expansion, like what we got right now. I would give it a very solid 7, I think, or 6.8. There. Okay, let's not do 0.8. A 6.5 solid, like definitely golden 6.5. For real. But remember that 0 is an absolute abomination which cannot even work, and 10 is like an obtainable masterpiece that I don't know, some Greek god crafted and brought it to Earth. So rating it 6.5 is, you know, a very solid 6.5. That's like fucking awesome. It's actually pretty damn good. So definitely above average by at least a margin. But would I call it really good, or like 8, for example? No, I don't think so. It's got some issues. Like, for example, the balance right now is a little bit off with the spears, and you have like the hearts issue that I mentioned, and then the fact that they're tiered, and the event spawning, and like the enemies are a little bit on and off, or hit or miss, let's say, with how annoying they are. And you know, it introduced new currencies, which I'm not a fan of. I don't want new currencies. I want, you know, less currencies if possible, condense them more. Not that currencies are a problem in Guild Wars 2, but they will be if we keep introducing more with every expansion. Then the masteries felt a little bit off. Like, I felt like it was very, very slow to rank them up, honestly. And then I had some issues with the story, which I mentioned, so I really cannot rate it any higher than 6.5. But it's a fucking amazing 6.5. It's an amazing 6.5. And remember, like 0 is an absolute disaster, whereas 10 is like immaculate, unachievable. So yeah, 6.5 is fair enough under these circumstances. And we still have to see what's coming, because we have like another 2/3 of this to go through. But as far as this goes, that's my rating, I'd say, in this scale. And I did give you all my complaints, and I gave you all my impressions, and so yeah, I consider it done. This stream about my thoughts on Janthir. A very good starting point for anyone that wants to get into Guild Wars, for sure. Overwhelming though, obviously. And some things might turn people off, like the quests right now are just, they need tuning, like for real. The hearts need tuning. There's no way around it, they need tuning. But a very good starting point nevertheless, for anyone to jump into Guild Wars. Right, so stream off and then stream on in like 10 minutes, okay? Gotta change the category and everything and keep it separated because it helps me organize it on YouTube. I have a channel on YouTube, you can go and watch. I have many controversial opinions that people will hate me for, but hey, it's there. And, you know, it's good fucking background noise, I guess, so why not? Anyway, enough self-insert. Catch you in 10, okay, for some Baldurs. Until then. And yeah, the music in this is... I'm telling you, I never turn on music in games, especially MMOs. But this shit, I had to share it with you. The ambient music is as good as the map design. The artist just went insane with this one. I just hate that the armors aren't that good, you know? We could have gotten like, I don't know, 3 or 4 sets that are actually good, like really good. But instead we got this weird Titan blade. Anyway, enough of that. Okay, see you in 10. Thank you for watching, and you know, if you're getting off the bus and you're not going all the way to Baldur's. And I'll catch you tomorrow for XCOM 2. Bye bye.